Hey, folks, Zero's back. Pleasure and a privilege to be back with you. And we have raised an astounding $5,320 and change. Looks like we're just about ready to go ahead and get started with our run of Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti run by DebaunairVT. So, Debonair, if you're all set, take it away.
Hey, hi, hello. My name is DebaunairVT, but you can call me Bo. And today we're playing Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti. This is a fun little it's the Kids Bop of horror games, is what it is. It's a fun JP only until very recently release for the NES. That kind of serves the purpose of being a prequel to the Splatterhouse proper games, the side-scrolling beat 'em ups. So I hope you're excited for a kind of goofy way to kick off the horror block tonight. There's a couple of things that I would like y'all to know. There are a few points in this run that we will be calling out flashing light warnings for. Primarily, they will be at the end of the lake level and the final boss. They're pretty aggressive guys, so definitely if you are sensitive to that at all, please look away. But aside from that, the game is very fun. And I will get into chatting about some things right after we get started. The very first thing you're going to see me do is start the game and then soft reset the console and then continue, and that skips a cutscene, so don't worry. That's intentional. It's going to look a little funny, but it is the way it's supposed to be. So I think that is everything that I have before we get going. So, Zero, you ready to play some funny horror games?
We're just about. I wanna go ahead and shout one more time. The incentive open for saving or destroying Seattle. That's still open until the end of the Crow Country speed run. You've only got a little bit more time, so if you want to get a donation in for that, now's the time. But other than that, I think we're set to go. So, Bo, count us down.
Alrighty, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go! All right, so this is Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti. As mentioned before, it's kind of the Kids Bop of horror games. There's not a lot of agency. We don't have a lot of things that we can do. We've got a jump button, we've got a cleaver button, and we have our D-pad with which we can move and do such things. You'll notice that there's a counter in the top left of the screen that goes up as I kill enemies. Every time we cap that out, so in this case when we get to 10, we're going to gain another pip of health on the left-hand side. So there's a couple of points in the run where I'm going to be intentionally fighting some enemies that I could otherwise skip. Oh, chat, get your dance emotes ready, because it is time for Legally Distinct Thriller, which we call the Exciter around these parts. This is an auto-scroller. There is nothing that we can do to make this go faster. We just have to dance with our boy here. So this is... there's... this game is full of fun horror pop culture references like this. So if this is up your alley, this is definitely the game, a game that you should check out. It's again, it is for the Famicom. It was released at a later point in time in an arcade classics collection, like a Namco collection, and they fixed some of the issues, like some of the flashing lights problems, and what those are will become apparent when we reach them. But they're a little rough. So for our purposes here, we are playing on the original version, and that means that those are in place. So the very first thing we're doing here is dealing with these zombies. We try to kill them in pairs of 2 on the left and right because that lets us spend a little bit less time going back and forth. And now we're going to fight a classic horror villain, which everybody knows, which is books flying off bookshelves and attacking you. This game does a couple of interesting things when you're indoors, and this is one of them. It will move your character. So while I'm fighting these books, I'm going to be trying to deal with them at the same time. But as you can see, because the building is kind of moving around me, that gets a little difficult from time to time. But as long as we can get through this, we're going to be going to a very well-known horror movie next, which is The Exorcist. I'm going to be working to set up a quick kill here where we try to hit this doll's head as soon as it pops off of her body, and then we're going to lock it in the corner and just go swinging. Nice. Oh, I need you to come back. Get over there, you. All right. Could have been a little cleaner, but we got there. We didn't die, which is important. So we finished the first stage here, and as you can see, we are going to go become garbage and go to the sewers. Now, Zero, if I told you that we were going to the sewers for the next stage, which direction do you think we would go, up or down?
I mean, last I checked, sewers are usually underneath the surface of the Earth.
That's correct. So we're going to get up to get down. Unfortunately, we have to go defeat an oven in an attic first. Oh, goodness gracious. That was unfortunate. We do need to get to the sewers. But to get to the sewers, we have to go to the attic because we have to, like, fall through the floor or something. I'm not quite sure how they decided that this was a necessary fight. But we're going to fight an oven and some kitchen knives and some chickens. Another classic horror villain that I'm sure you're all familiar with. It's a questionable boss fight, I would say. The only way that the boss actually takes damage is if you are hitting these like flying steak knives. The chickens are just ablative ads. They don't really do anything aside from get in your way and be annoying. Do you want to pick up that burger? Okay, great. So now we're going to be falling through many floors, and the floor below us is going to break. I'm doing a little bit of jumping here in the hopes that I will be in the air when the floor breaks, so I fall straight down, just like that. Perfect. If you're standing on the floor when it breaks, it'll bounce you up a little bit before it drops you down. That leaves you a little bit of time. But now we're in the sewers, as promised. And as you know, now you all know that you have to go up to get to the sewers. It's pretty straightforward. I feel like that's knowledge that has been lost in the common era, but we now have it again. So we're going to be making our way through the sewers to a spooky town, which is definitely not Nightmare on Elm Street at all, so don't worry about that. But we do have these cute little mice that or rats or something that we're dealing with on our way, and these horrible, gross leeches, which are giving me a problem right now. But we do have to get through a boss to get out here. This is an interesting one. This is I call them mouse rat. I can't quite tell if they're a mouse or a rat. And you can see from the leaves on screen that it's kind of blowing wind at us. We can't get close to this boss without chopping through those mice on the way. But GG's mouse rat. It was a good try. And he's just a little guy at the end. So we didn't even really need to do that. But now we are going up to the town. And this is, again, definitely not Nightmare on Elm Street. Definitely not. No copyright intended here. Definitely not Nightmare on Elm Street. You'll notice that I just jumped on a trash can and picked up a shotgun. Again, this should be common knowledge for basically everybody watching. You all know that to hold up when you jump on trash cans to get guns, right? I feel like that's again definitely pretty standard stuff.
I mean, we live in America. It stands to reason.
Yeah. As does shooting flying chainsaws with said shotgun. So this is kind of an interesting mini boss. I cannot think of too many horror movies where flying chainsaws are, let alone the primary villain, a secondary villain. However, I do think we all know what this is from. We have some chestburster alien spider creatures that are going to be jumping out of this lady. Chat, you did me a favor, right? You all knew that Splatterhouse was going to be on the schedule, so you all did your rituals and stuff beforehand, right? To make fast spiders happen. Hopefully they did. It certainly looks like they did. So this is a completely RNG section. It's kind of an auto-scroller. We have zero control over how quickly these spiders spawn, or facehuggers, or whatever you want to think of them as. Sometimes they go quickly and sometimes they don't, and there is no way, as far as anyone that runs this game is aware, to guarantee an outcome. So we kind of have to hope basically every time that we get here that we get fast spiders, and that it lasts for a substantial amount. So this is a great time for any kind of updates or anything like that if you got them.
For what it's worth, this is entirely too many fighters. So for Power Up with Pride 2026, we're raising money for Point of Pride, a trans-led 501c3 nonprofit organization that provides access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. You can visit pointofpride.org, check out their informative blog, resource library, and guides. And if you'd like to apply for one of their grant or garment programs, get involved as a donor or volunteer, or just learn more about them, that website's got it for you. That's pointofpride.org.
Fabulous. Yeah, Point of Pride is an awesome charity, y'all. So definitely get your donations in, especially because of those the incentive coming up.
Yeah, actually, speaking of donations, I've got one if you're ready for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Keeps it simple. It's $10 from Parker. Simply says Poultrygeists.
That's really good. Thank you, Parker, for creating a new joke for this run for me. You have no idea how helpful that is. So while we were getting that lovely information about the fabulous charity that we are supporting this weekend, I made my way through town to get to church because we're getting close to Sunday. People are going to need to go. But unfortunately, our boy Black Phillip is in here. This fight is extremely annoying. As you can see, it gets a little out of hand if you don't deal with those creatures as they appear. But this is going to be the last time that we are walking around outside this town on Elm Street or Oak Street or Rowan Street. Well, take your pick. We are going to be saying hello to a celebrity here in a moment, though. Everybody say hello to Jeff Goldblum. Hi, Jeff. This is the best he's looked since Jurassic Park. Pretty sure. This is say again.
He's about to have a bad day.
Yeah, he's gonna have a bad day, and it's gonna get worse because we picked up this shotgun to make this fight basically not a fight. GG's. You tried really hard, Jeff. We appreciate you. So yeah, that's your The Fly reference. Now, if we were playing the true end percent, we would be jumping into that teleporter, and we would be going to a fun secret level. But this is just any percent tonight, so no secret levels just yet. Instead, we are going to Diamond Lake. Now, you may be, those of you familiar with the horror genre may be saying Diamond Lake. Shout out to the lakes. That's where Jason comes from, and we're kind of like we're kind of the stand-in for that character in this game. So we're not going to fight ourselves, right? Like there's going to be some other kind of boss that we can deal with that makes up for that, right? But what could that be? Is it these alien skeletons? No, they're kind of just like normal enemies. They don't have a ton going for them. They're annoying, and they have varying jumps. You have to pause a little bit to avoid getting hit by them. It's Jaws and Jaws' immediate family. All of these pink sharks are going to be attacking us while we swim across the lake here, and this it's certainly a choice.
Baby shark, do 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 do.
Yeah, a little bit. So there's not really anything we can do. We can't attack them or do anything meaningful, so we just dodge them. And now, let's all say it together. The final boss of the lake is the Hash-Slinging Slasher. Yeah, everybody got it. He's got a little spatula. This is the first of two flashing lights warnings, everybody, so definitely keep your eyes closed if you need to. This one is, of the two, it's a little bit less aggressive, but both are worth keeping your eyes closed for. They are a little rough. But we're going to just be hitting this guy 6 times and moving on with our lives. This fight's, again, totally RNG. I guess it's 50% RNG. There are 3 set places where he will spawn to shoot projectiles at you, and then a variety of random places where he will appear for you to actually do damage. So you kind of have to hedge a little bit. Ideally, you don't miss a cycle. We missed 1 cycle there, which is pretty common because, again, we can't always have nice things. But now we are going through Diamond Camp. Now, again, Diamond Camp, Diamond Lake, kind of like Camp Crystal Lake. Oh, we didn't get the jump. So, who could the boss be at the end of this? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out together. And hopefully, we don't have to reset before it. The screen that we're about to go to is a little... Well, not this one. This one always looks really cool. Nice. Really love clearing that room. But we do have another classic horror villain coming up here. This one is less of a specific villain and more of a I guess an archetype of villain or creature. They're not always villains, I suppose. But this one will be pretty apparent.
I just thought you'd really appreciate in chat. Rally says Fry Cook the 13th.
Fry Cook the 13th
boss.
Also really good. Also, hello, Rally. Thanks for coming through. So we're fighting Teen Wolf. We've got a werewolf that we have to fight. This fight can be a little rough because every time we hit the wolf, it will get this kind of shield around it and then jump in one of two directions. It'll either jump to the left or to the right. After shooting out these projectiles, we need to try to hit it as quickly as we can after the shield goes down. But as you can see, we don't have a ton of iframes in this game. So okay, we got through it. I'll take getting through it. It's a rough fight. But say goodbye to Teen Wolf. We are now on our way to the last stage of the game. I know, it went by so fast. This is Hell House Hill. As you may imagine, there is a house on top of this hill called the Hell House. And that's where we are going for the final stage of the game. But to get there, we need to cross these chasms. These are...
I remember all this from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, of course. It's classic Final Fantasy stuff, really. I can't believe that they ripped off Wanpaku Graffiti, but here we are. Everybody's gotta get inspiration from somewhere. This is the only stage that we're going to be playing today that does not have a boss associated with it. So thankfully, we don't have to do a fight at the end of this. We're just going to kind of walk our way to the house and be done. Then we're going to start going through the house. So this is the last stretch of the game here. We are going to be navigating through this house to reach the Pumpkin King who has stolen our girlfriend so that we can save her. Which is the fun. I could probably have mentioned that at any point before this. You can go through that door, and I would suggest that you try it if you choose to play this game yourself. But we are going to get chomped on by the mouth 3 times. And then shoutouts to the Dark Souls gender-changing coffin. We're gonna get a run back. This is the only run back for a boss fight in the game of the chainsaws. This is an objectively worse fight than the one we already did because, as you can probably tell, we don't have a shotgun to make it instantaneous anymore. So we have to actually fight them, and they are a little temperamental sometimes. But we got through it. Okay. We are now on our way to the final boss of the game. We've got a couple of spooky rooms to get through here. So first is Jeff Goldblum's family, the Goldblums. They're a little rough to fight. Those guys move in very strange ways, and it's tough to deal with all the time. Oh, unfortunate. If we fall into any of the pits in here, it puts us back at the beginning of this room. That goes for any pits that show up in this stage after this room as well, which will make sense as to why I'm afraid of a room coming up. Something that we haven't seen yet is these bats. They are probably the scariest enemy in the game. They will pick you up. They'll pick you up by your little mask head, and they will just carry you around and drop you in a random place. So in a room like this, where there's a ton of bats and a ton of lag, we got through it. You can imagine how stressful that is pretty regularly to have to dodge that over and over and over. But we've made it through all of the tough stuff. So now we're going to fight the ultimate horror villain right after we get a little sippy here at the vending machine. And as I'm sure everybody knows, the ultimate villain of any horror film is the DVD screensaver. So everybody, this is the second flashing lights warning. I'm really sorry about the floor. I don't know how this cleared any kind of good faith assessment, but it is here. When we kill this boss, after we've hit him 16 times, there is going to be an extremely aggressive white to black flashing light. So we're gonna get there. We can count together if you would like to make sure that we get there safely. But this is the worst one of the run. So if you are sensitive, please take care of yourself. We wouldn't want anything to happen to you while you're trying to hang out and raise money for charity with us. But this is the whole fight. What you are seeing here is the fight. The pattern is the same every time. You're going to get 2 in the center, 1 on the right, 1 on the left. Then 2 loops of 1 in the center, 1 on the right, 1 on the left. one more 4 count, and then we're just going to hit him 2 more times in the last one, and that's going to be it. So we're at 7 right now. We've got now 8. 8 more to go. So if you have anything else you would like to share, now's a great time. And if not, that's all right too. I guess I can start working on shoutouts and such while we're doing this, because there's not a ton going on. There's a lot going on, but I'm not doing a lot. So
while we enjoy this DVD animation, just remember that you are watching Power Up Pride 2026, and as soon as we defeat this pumpkin friend, we are going to be moving on to Crow Country, run by Pumpkin Spice and and percent restricted.
Yeah, that's going to be such a fun run. This little horror block is an absolute all-star lineup. Super, super cool. I'm glad that I got to be a little bit of a part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Close your eyes, everybody. This is bad. Time is going to be coming up. I'm going to be swinging this cleaver. When Rick stops swinging, that is time. It's just going to be a black screen with me swinging away. And time. GG's.
GG. Absolutely. If you want to go ahead and give us those shout-outs, please feel free.
Yeah, 100%. So shout-outs to the Rowdy Boys. I appreciate y'all for supporting me through my fun little speedrunning hobby. It's been great to get the support. Shout-outs to the Binary Breakers. Breakers mentioned, you know. If you know, you know. And there's some important information at the end of this. It was all a movie. It was fine. We were just filming it was a film. We were filming a film. We've got Director San here who's gonna say something and then laugh in a very specific way. And then we're gonna take our mask off and go hang out with our fun girlfriend. And that's it, right? Like we've successfully completed the game. It was all fake. It was just for fun. Nothing else could happen. Wait a second. Oh,
very interesting haircut.
Yeah. This isn't. Is that Facade from Legend of Zelda? I don't know if. I don't think this happens normal. This is. That doesn't seem good. That doesn't seem good.
Fanto, what are you up to?
What are you doing? Well, this has been Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti. Thank you all so much for watching and for donating. Fortunately, the movie Splatterhouse has completed. Thank you. You are great. Winners don't use drugs. I have been DebaunairVT. You can all call me Bo. Huge shout outs to Power Up with Pride for letting me show this game off. It's such a charming little trip down pop culture memory lane. It's always a joy to play, and I hope that everybody had a good time. That is everything for me, Zero. So if you have anything else or want to take us out, all back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Bo. That was a really, really excellent run. You made it look easy. I am going to go ahead and send us over to a quick break. This is a great time to go ahead and stretch your legs, get a little cup of tea, whatever you need to do. We'll be right back with our upcoming run of Crow Country by Pumpkin Spice. Don't go away. Hey, that's it for my time on the mic tonight. I'll catch you all tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm going to hand the mic over to the inimitable Sporadic Erratic to take us through the rest of the runs for the night. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. If you are just joining us, welcome to Power Up with Pride 2026. We're here raising funds for Point of Pride. I am your host, Sporadic Erratic, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here for what I have been informed is the Cozy Horror Block. I'm so hyped. I'm so incredibly hyped. I'd like to give a shout out to my demisexuals in the chat. All 3 of you. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, if there are any of you around, make some noise. And by make some noise, I mean type something, because I can't hear anything that comes from the chat. Anyway, we have fantastic runs here coming up to wrap up the second day. You all have been incredible since I hosted last night. Oh my god, look at that title. Over $5,330. Wow, amazing. Thank you so much for your generosity. I hope y'all are hyped for this next run coming up. I'm super hyped for it. As you can see right there on the screen, Pumpkin Spice is going to be running Crow Country, New Game Plus, any percent restricted. I'm also really curious about this category, actually. Really happy to see all the Demi Pride in the chat. Thank you so much, friends. We exist. Hooray! Sometimes it's hard to find us under the shade of that Ace umbrella, but we're definitely here. There are dozens of us. Dozens! Oh, all right, friends. Well, hey, we are raising money for Point of Pride. Point of Pride is a trans-led 501c3 nonprofit organization that serves tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and over 100 countries by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. They're currently celebrating their 10-year anniversary, and in that time, they've raised nearly $6 million in support of their mission. Just a fantastic cause. It is truly my honor to be here raising funds for. Now, if you want to get your donation and you want to put it towards something, you're just like, of course it's going to go to Point of Pride, but you also want to put it towards a bid war. We have a doozy of a bid war for you open right now for the run coming up, because y'all were amazing. You already met the incentive for Crow Country. We have a bid war open right now for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines to save or destroy Seattle. I'm looking for some emotion about this. I haven't been to Seattle, but I did ask if we get to blow up the Space Needle. I think we definitely set things on fire. I do know that destroying Seattle is the slower route. I do know that. All right, so this is a very exciting, actually, bid war that we have going on right now. It looks like Save Seattle is in the lead at $210, and Destroy Seattle is behind here at $136. So if you want to set Seattle on fire, please get those donations in. Put them towards destroying Seattle in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. We have strong feelings. We have strong feelings from the runner. We have strong feelings from the runner in the chat here about saving Seattle. However, I'm all about more donations for Point of Pride, so let's run Seattle. Fight. It's like 4 minutes faster. Oh my gosh. It only takes 4 minutes to destroy Seattle. I would also love to hear from chat about your favorite runs that you saw today. I'm on a different schedule than everybody else. I don't get to watch them. I don't get to watch them during the day. So if you had a favorite one that you saw today, please tell me all about it. I always want to know, you know, I mean, like, I got my own favorites, but sometimes there's that VOD that you just need to not miss. If I were to go back, what is what is Bears in Space? I need to know. Were you there? Can you tell me about it? Well, I have gotten word that our runner is all set, so everybody hang tight. We will be right back with Crow Country from Pumpkin Spice New Game Plus. Any percent.